Shri Parashakti Vidyala CBSE Class 9 Standard Subject English.
Dear students, hope all are doing well. Today we are going to learn the remaining part of the second chapter, The Sound of Music, Part 2, The Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Before we continue with the lesson, let us recall what we have learnt in the previous class. Recap. Bismillah Khan was a great Shehnai player. His contribution to Shehnai will always be remembered. With his hard work and dedication, he popularized Shehnai and brought to the classical stage. He got the Best Performance Awards at the Indian Music Conference in 1947. Now I'll read 7th and 8th paragraphs. Listen carefully. When India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. He poured his heart out into rock coffee from the Red Fort to an audience which included Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Tryst with Destiny speech. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Jahid Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. The King of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated with Bismillah's music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at a festival that he named a film after the instrument called Gunjudi Shehnai. Here, fascinated means attracted, maestro means musician, souvenirs means memento. Bismillah Khan played the rock coffee on his Shehnai on 15th August 1947 at Red Fort. He was the first Indian to greet the nation with his musical instrument. This event was historic. Do you know why? Because we got independence on that day. He poured his heart out in the presence of a large number of people, including Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Nehru gave his famous speech, Tryst with Destiny, on that special occasion of Independence Day celebration. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances, not only in India but also in abroad. His first trip was to Afghanistan. King Jahid Shah was so impressed by his performance that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. Film director Vijay Bhatt was very impressed after hearing Bismillah's music at a festival. He named a film after the instrument called Gunjudi Shehnai. This film was a great success in the cinema world. Now I'll read the other paragraphs. The film was a hit and one of Bismillah Khan's compositions, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, turned out to be a nationwide chartbuster. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world, Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to two: Vijay Bhatt's Gunjudi Shehnai and Vikram Srinivasa's Kannada venture, Sanadi Appanna. I just can't come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film world, he says with emphasis. Awards and recognition came thick and fast. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him, Tahir Masiki Ustad Bismillah Khan. National awards like the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan and the Padma Vibhushan were conferred on him. Here, chartbuster means record breaker. Recognition means fame. Celluloid, old-fashioned way of referring to films. Venture, project that often involves risk. Conferred means given. One of Bismillah Khan's compositions, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, turned out to be a nationwide record breaker. Bismillah Khan had got a great chance to improve himself in the film world. Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to two. The first one is Vijay Bhatt's Gunjudi Shanai. Secondly, he gave music in Sanadi Appanna, a Kannada venture. His musical performance in both these films was a great success, but he could not adjust with the artificiality and glamour of the film world, so he left. Then Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the Lincoln Center Hall in the USA. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, the Cannes Art Festival, and Osaka Trade Fair. In Tehran, an auditorium was named after him, Tahar Mosiki Ustad Bismillah Khan. He was awarded the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan, and the Padma Vibhushan. Now I'll read the 11th and 12th paragraphs. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. With the coveted award resting on his chest and his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, "All I would like to say is teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even the West is now coming to learn our music." In spite of having travelled all over the world, Khan Sahib, as he is fondly called, is exceedingly fond of Banaras and Dhumran, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. A student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in the USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating the temples there. But Khan Sahib asked him if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. Later, he is remembered to have said, "That is why whenever I am in a foreign country, I keep yearning to see Hindustan. While in Mumbai, I think of only Banaras and the holy Ganga. And while in Banaras, I miss the unique Mata of Dhumran." Here, coveted means much desired. Exceedingly means in excess. Replicate means to copy. Finally, in the year 2001, he won the prestigious award, the Bharat Ratna. After getting the highest civilian award, he advised people to teach their children music, as it is Hindustan's richest tradition. People from the West are also learning our music. They acknowledge the value of our music. Ustad Bismillah Khan was fondly called as Khan Sahib. He travelled all over the world, but was deeply attached to Banaras and Dhumran. These are his two favorite places. He considered them the most wonderful towns of the world. Khan Sahib refused his student to start a Shehnai school in the USA, though he promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating temples there. In Banaras, he was closely attached to the holy Ganga. Bismillah Khan loves India and Benares from the bottom of his heart. He says that he misses the holy Ganga and India when he goes abroad. While in Mumbai, he thinks of only Benares and the holy river. And where he is in Benares, he remembers the unique Mata of Dhumran. Now I'll read the last paragraph. Shekhar Gupta, when partition happened, didn't you and your family think of moving to Pakistan? Bismillah Khan, God forbid. Me? Leave Banaras? Never. I went to Pakistan once. I crossed the border just to say I have been to Pakistan. I was there for about an hour. I said namaskar to the Pakistanis and salam alaikum to the Indians. I had a good laugh. Reader Digest, October 2005. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India, one that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. Ustad Bismillah Khan passed away on 21st August 2006 at the age of 90 after a prolonged illness. He was given a state funeral and the government of India declared one day of national mourning. Devout means believing strongly in a religion and obeying its laws and following its rules, practices. Unique means one of its type. Now I'll explain the paragraph. There is another instance which tell you that Bismillah Khan loves India and Benares. He was asked by Shekhar Gupta why he didn't think of moving to Pakistan during partition. Bismillah Khan said he would never leave Benares. Bismillah Khan was a classic example of the rich and cultural heritage of India. Music was his life and soul. Being a devout Muslim, he plays the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. On the sad demise of Ustad Bismillah Khan at the age of 90 after prolonged illness, the country bid farewell to him. On 21st August 2006, the government of India honored him with state funeral and one day of national mourning. Now it's time to do your homework. Answer these questions in 30 to 40 words. First one, why did Aurangzeb ban the playing of the pungi? Second one, how is a Shehnai different from a pungi? Third one, where was the Shehnai played traditionally? How did Bismillah Khan change this? Fourth one, when and how did Bismillah Khan get his big break? Fifth one, where did Bismillah Khan play the Shehnai on 15th August 1947? Why was the event historic? Sixth one, why did Bismillah Khan refuse to start a Shehnai school in the USA? Seventh one, find at least 2 instances in the text which tell you that Bismillah Khan loves India and Benares. That's all for today, children. Thank you very much.